Saturday, April 8, 2023. Today it's the day that I have to start with I have to continue with the M177 from the E63. I have bring from back a couple of parts I put here. I create space to put the diff from the Jaguar, the DJH parts behind the curtain, and the cylinder head parts for the CJX, to create some space and to be only the M177 parts here. Now, because I'm sure that I check the block, that's okay, but for a peace of mind, just in case, because it passed how many days now, I'll gonna double check it again. I'm gonna remove the upper bearings, I'm gonna keep it in order, because I checked the clearance. I remember that I checked the clearance. I want just to check again the oil galleries with the camera, blow with air, see the main oil gallery there, where's the cooling jets, all of them, once again, to make sure that it's nice and clean and doesn't have anything inside. That's the priority. The crankshaft, I haven't washed it. I remember that I didn't wash it, and I can see also some marks here, something like an oil or grease what they're putting from the machine shop, because I clean only the main journals and only for the connecting rod. Alright, but then I have to wash also the crank. The cylinder heads are ready, both of them. I already prepared them with the new seals. Okay, I think that I have to show you the cylinder heads, so we can see that again before I install it. And what I have here I have for testing one piston from the LS2 and the other piston from the LS1. This from the this is with twin scroll turbocharger. To what I said, twin scroll supercharger. Yeah. In any case, the LS1, LS2. This from an E class, this from a C class. Okay. Give me a break. It's early morning. I have to drink a little bit of coffee and smoke one cigarette. Okay. I'm preheating, and now I'm gonna try to crank the engine to start. So, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna show you later on. I'm gonna put one aftermarket piston connector rod, one this one and this one, to see at top dead center how it looks like. I don't have all the parts here. The rest of the parts are at the office. Alright, the office is not open, they're opening later. I'm gonna use the old bolts for the crankshaft bearing caps for now, to be able to move on, to put a lubrication on the bearings, to put it down, start putting some piston connectors inside, and then I'm not gonna make it upside down. I'm gonna put also the timing chain, the main one, alright, with the guides and all these things. And when they open at the office, I'm gonna remove the old bolts, I'm gonna put the new one, I'm gonna torque it down to specs. Stretching it, yeah. That's it. Did I cover everything? For now, yes. For now, it's fine. There are more parts behind, but I just bring this front, the first items, the first parts, to start working on the engine. That's it for now. Over and out. Later on, the rest. After waking up, what I remember that they never brought me the thrust washers. These are the old one. These are the old thrust washers that I checked the clearance at the beginning with for the new crank main bearings. I don't have the thrust washers, and I have to wait the office to open to get the thrust washers. Okay, meanwhile, like I said, preparing the crank, checking again, inspect again the block, and then standing by. Yay, lovely. No worries. One, at least you're gonna be, obviously I need the new thrust washers to check also the actual movement of the crank, the clearance, and I'm gonna have also the new crankshaft bearing cap bolts, so I don't have to do it twice. Something is that, right? It's not bad. Yeah, standing by to open the office and preparing the parts, like I said. Lovely. And finally, with a half-hour delay, office open. Finally. Okay, and I went there and I pick up whatever I found for M177. Whatever parts I found for M177. Alright. And I spread it on the table. Yay. You're coming here. What do you see here? 1 and 1. How lovely. This is the upper one, this is the lower one. I need 4, no need 2. I don't need 1 upper, 1 lower. 1 lower, 1 upper. Dang it. These are the new bolts for the crankshaft bearing caps. Inner outer. These are the side one. Okay. That's what I need. This is what I need. And I need another 2 thrust washers. Splendid. Excellent. How beautiful is that? How is it possible to missing only the parts that I need to start all the time? I don't get it. How they're managing to do that? Yeah. Waiting. Still waiting. Now I keep the parts that I need. Okay, standing by, like I said, for the thrust washers. I'm continuing with the piston connecting rods, piston ring gap, connecting rod bearings. I'm gonna find in front of me. Alright, now before I put it together, let's see the parts. Okay, this stupid thing. Okay, turn off this light. Pistons, oil control ring, the C-safe, wrist pin, connecting rods, ARP, L19 bolts. Okay, connecting rod bearings. Fine. I'm still waiting an answer for that. Alright. Top piston ring, second piston ring here. And because I need to measure also this bearing cell, I need to open the box. But before I open it, I just want to say something. This here looks like the upper connecting bearing. This here looks like the lower. You see that it looks a bit different, the lower than the upper. This height comes from the box. Okay, in all of them, same thing like the MO57, MO56, 275, the V12 I'm talking about. All of them, they're like that. So you see that it's a little bit different. If I turn off also this light, will gonna help. Yeah, okay. I hope that you get the picture here. This has a little bit oil on it. I didn't clean it properly because I use also the plastic cage for verification. Now, I have one box here that I haven't opened it. I never touched it. I'm gonna show you why. When you're opening it, usually me, when I'm opening it, I'm breaking this. Okay? Now, the first connector bearing that you see here, the first one, it's corresponding to the top one. That's the upper one. Okay? And the other one that's down there, it's the second one, the lower one. That's the lower, that's the upper. Okay, and this is how it comes out of the box. Fine. Actually, I have to check them first and then keep it here. Alright, I'm just saying the numbers are different, the part number is different on the side. If you check it here, alright, just saying, be careful. When you're opening the box, the first one that you see, it's the top, and the second down there, it's the second one. Just to be clear. What else? Nothing more, nothing less. Right? Yeah. I'm waiting an answer, like I said, for this connecting rod. There is one small difference on this connecting rod. That's why I ask the people who's making the connecting rods. All the parts being passed through the petrol, except of this connecting rod bearings, because I haven't measured it yet. This one, I wipe it only. Okay. We are looking good. We are looking good. Yep. Moving on. Moving on. Going out this one. Yeah. Out. Always. Later on. Yep. Like I said, moving on. Now it's time for a cigarette. I torqued down the crankshaft. I have prepared the piston connectors here. The guys are grinding outside. Dang it. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I hope that we're gonna stop and then we're gonna continue the video. If I didn't mix up the video, yeah. Okay, they're not gonna stop grinding all day, and I told them to stop for 5 minutes. Okay, now there was one misunderstanding. There was one, how to say now that, how to explain that. In any case, piston connectors, piston rings, everything, the weight, excellent. Upper bearing on the upper position, lower on the lower. Okay, you can see there. Lower on the lower, upper on the upper. In all of them. Fine. For the bush, there is no problem. Why this happened with the bush, you're gonna ask. They explained to me. It's not a mistake. Just only the new series. It's coming with this bush. And before on this set, one pin it was broken, so we had to replace one connecting rod. And they explained to me, we fix it to be the same with the rest. Okay, that's all. That's the thing. Only. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, crankshaft back in place, installed, new bolts, bearings, thrust washers. I received the. Did I make a video for the thrust washers? I don't remember if I make a video for the thrust washers. Dang it. Then I have these 3 new caps. This for LS1. The LS2 it's like this. It's bigger. Has bigger cams. Clearly. Right? Yeah. So oops. That's the old one. Just having it here, I'm replacing it. I have the new one, I have the old one. The old one I'm throwing it out and I'm using the new one. But I cannot use this one because this is from a LS1. This is from a C class. Okay. Now I don't have a reason to don't trust the piston connectors. That's what I'm using how many years now. Okay, I'm just trying to save it somehow. In any case, there was one misunderstanding from our side, also from them. Okay, but there's no problem. They told me that you're not gonna have any problem. You can install it without any problem. I measured also the compression height on the piston, same thing what I did before. The connector nut height, it's excellent with my way comparing to each other. Okay, the connector bearings are in place probably how it's supposed to be. There's no problem with the small end of the connecting rod. Everything is fine. We are moving on. Okay, and once again, if something happened here, this doesn't mean that's happening worldwide. You know my point? Because sometimes they're sending me a prototype here, or they're sending to me, let us say, to test the product, to see the product. Sometimes, because we have a relationship and we are friends also, not only as a company. Okay, I said some things, but yeah, you cannot change it, right? I already said that. I'm trying to save it now. Yay! I don't know if I'm gonna make it better or worse. It is what it is. Yeah, moving on. Now, block upside up. I did the same thing when it was upside down. Let's put also this on the video. Alright. After measuring the crank, first you're measuring it, then you're sending it for polishing, then you're measuring it again, then you're using a plastic gauge, you find the correct bearings, you make your math, and then you put assembly, lubricant, grease, okay, high viscosity lubricant with assembly, the gel, okay, and then I'm waiting to see this, to make 360 on the crank with the weight of the wrench here, and to don't bite anywhere. Okay, if I use 0W40, it's gonna spin much freely, much more free. Yeah, exactly. Now let's move on, right? Okay, what I have done. Oops, a little bit more. I'm gonna hit it. Yeah, LS1, LS2, aftermarket. Okay, just to make sure that I'm not increasing the compressor ratio. Okay, that's the LS1. It comes at top dead center. That's the LS2. But it comes less than the top dead center. You see, it's something like 2.4 millimeters, if I remember right. I measured it. I write it down. I wrote it down on my papers, on my book. Okay, but the piston, this you see, it's not so deep. Okay, and here, nice, beautiful. It comes top dead center, equal. I already measured it and has more piston this. If you're asking me, that's the ideal, and not to don't use all the cylinder. Okay, but that's me. That's not. This doesn't mean that I'm right. Okay. Please note that the LS1. I have used the connecting node of the LS1. 1 second. with the date 15th of January 2015, and for the LS2 I have used 3rd of July 2017. Okay, the OEM connector rods, and here it's the aftermarket connector rod. Beautiful, excellent. I can remove it and I can move on. Even the cut relief here, it's been calculated. It's perfect. It's been calculated. You're not gonna have a valve contact with the piston. It's beautiful, it's excellent. Okay, removing these two pistons and moving on. Now, piston connector rods installed. Okay, next step, I need this tool. Yep. Before I torque down the connector rod bolts, I have the stretch gauge, the torque wrench, and the tool here, alright, the socket. Little bit massage on the oil jets. I have to make the engine upside down to don't interfere, to don't touch anywhere on the connectors or whatever. Okay, then torquing down, stretching the connector bolts, and then check that all the pistons are coming equal at top dead center. If you hear what I said. Moving on. Finish with the cooling jets. They're not touching. Okay. A second. There you go. Plenty of clearance. Finish with the connector bolts stretched already, double checked. Finish with that one. Finish also with the filler cage. No need anymore. Filler cage. I'm checking the gap between the space, the distance between the connector rods, just in case we don't have any headache if I miss something. Alright, I'm gonna address it with some other stuff here for the oil galleries and these kind of things. Oil thermostat, yeah, I haven't installed it, obviously. Alright, I can put the guides for the main timing chain. I'm gonna remove the damper pulley again. It's not been torqued down, and I'm using the old bolt, by the way. If you do it like this, you can just take it out. The new bolt, it's there. I need to return back at the office these caps for behind of the cam adjuster, from the camshafts. Yep, okay. And that's it. And today it's Saturday and I want to go early because I have also family. If I had only my body, I don't care. Now with one hand you can hold down the damper pulley. Yeah, both hands. So yeah, Saturday today. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. Oh shit. Tassos. One step I forget. One step. Okay, I finished from down. From up, I didn't finish. Don't be in a hurry to leave. Right? I need to get the bridge and check the pistons that are coming equal at top to the center. Yeah, and then I can continue. Yeah, okay. That's it for now. Have a nice weekend. I'm moving on. That's why I'm keeping out the tools and I'm not putting it back in place. I have my steps, my checklist. Yep. Thank you.